What's up, YouTube? It's Michael back here with another video. I know it's been a really long time, but we can talk about that later. Welcome to all the new viewers, and as you can tell by the title, I want to talk about a book that can heal all of your trauma. Now, I'm gonna read this off my notepads just so I don't forget anything. But this book specifically speaks of neuroscience, trauma, addiction, PTSD, and neglect, and how love quite literally changes us on a biological level, right? And it also how our childhood creates our worldview, what we see and what we expect in others and the world around us. How in our childhood we act as a sponge, soaking up experiences, behaviors, and reactions from our parents, our siblings, all of our family, our environment, and even our closest friends. Now, last year, I got a comment on my video as someone asking us if we had free will. And I'm going to go ahead and say this now. Based on this book, most people are just following generational curses all of their lives. And I do believe that we do have free will once we attain a certain level of awareness. And this book can give you that awareness. It's called What Happened to You by Oprah Winfrey and Bruce D. Perry. It's an interview-styled book, so it's like they're both speaking to each other throughout the entire book. So we're reading their conversation and gaining new insight. Nothing can heal you unless you take that action and make that effort. Same thing with manifestation. It means nothing if you it means nothing if you try to manifest 1 million subscribers but you have no videos posted. It's just, and another thing, even with that whole knowledge is power, knowledge isn't power, it's potential power. It's the same thing with books. You can have a book, you can read a book, but if you don't use the information you learn from that book, then it means nothing. This, on the other hand, speaks of everything. Like, have you ever got one of those feelings that, like, you just feel something is off with somebody? Like, you just feel like, I don't know, man, I get a bad feeling about him. Like, there's something about him I just don't like, but I don't know what. This book talks about it. Now, of course, you can enjoy the whole spiritual aspect of it if you like. But if you like to understand the neuroscience behind it, it does speak about a story about a boy who used to get abused by his father. And his father had a certain smell to him. Long story short, he had a teacher. He was good in every single class, but in this one teacher's class, he just couldn't behave. He couldn't stop himself from getting angry at the teacher. He just wanted to fight and react, when the teacher got close to him. And as they were trying to understand it all, it was found that his teacher used the same Old Spice as his father. And the body, when you're going through a traumatic experiences, the body activates flight or flight. It kicks in that adrenaline, your heart beats faster. Like, it's getting you ready to fight or run. His body naturally associated Old Spice with danger. So when his teacher came into the classroom and was wearing Old Spice, his body was like, oh, we got to get ready to fight or run. But he didn't know what was going on. Up here, he was just, I don't know what it is, but this guy irritates me. I don't like this guy. But his body's like, I know exactly what's going on, and it's nothing good. We need to get out of here, So I think that's a pretty cool story, because there's so many of us who will look at people, come across people, and we just don't like them, or we're not feeling them, and we don't know why. It's because our body is connecting them to a traumatic experience we have. So, and it almost convinced me that the body, it's its own vessel. Like, I know it is, but I mean, similarly how you get into a car and then you drive the car somewhere and then get out. It's kind of like, I'm the awareness, I'm controlling this body, and then when we die we leave. But in the same way how you can control a car, cars break down, cars, they turn on the backup camera when you're backing up, cars will alert you when there's someone on side of you, cars will stop if you get too close to another car, especially like the electric cars. It's like these cars have built-in systems that can protect you from danger, and our body's the same way. Even though we don't know what's going on, our body knows what's going on, and it tries to communicate to us by giving these feelings. And I just feel like it's super cool. It definitely makes me look at the body a lot differently, and it is one of those things where you have to make an attempt to understand your body if you want to heal. So, yeah, What Happened to You? Phenomenal book, but I do suggest pairing that with Nonviolent Communication by Marshall B. Rosenberg. It's a great book. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the takes I got from What Happened to You and Nonviolent Communication, and how you can implement it into your life, and how it can quite literally change it. Because a lot of people say, oh, just let go of your trauma, when it's not that easy. It's your body who's scared. You may not be scared, but your body is. You may be mentally okay, you may be carefree, but your body is stressed out over this smell, over this person, and you don't know why. So get this book. I'm not even done. I'm a third of the way through, and I learned so much from it. It's really helped me to understand myself more. So let's get into these 3 points that I want to talk about. So point number 1 is understand yourself and your environment around you. Like I said before, as a child, you soak up your environment, your family, and your friends, and you reflect that onto the world as you get older. If you're born in a struggling environment, then chances are you're going to struggle as an adult. The love your parents give you would dictate whether you struggle in life or you're successful in life. Like, understanding yourself to a whole new level. Understanding that your abusers are also the victims. You get it? Like, I know it may not sound good to some of you, but your abusers are also the victims. And it's taught me to take pity on people, like even adults. A lot of them are emotionally stunted, and their parents. It's no good. So yeah, understanding yourself and the environment around you is essential. It'll definitely change the way you think and the way you respond to people, because you won't take them as serious. You're literally a child mentally, you know? Number 2 comes straight from nonviolent communication. It's speak in an honest and vulnerable manner. A lot of people will say, oh, can he not take a hint? Like, I was literally very quiet. I wasn't responding to him as he was talking. Couldn't he take the hint that I wasn't interested? Or I was walking away as he was talking. Couldn't he take the hint? This speaks about not taking the hint. It speaks about speaking about how you feel, expressing your discomfort, expressing your feelings. Not, I feel like you don't like me. No, I think you don't like me. Why? X, Y, and Z. It goes from hiding, your intentions, to expressing your intentions in an honest and vulnerable manner. Honest and vulnerable manner, and speaking compassionately. And it basically says if you speak compassionately, it will influence others to speak compassionately. And I really like that. As you can see by everything, I'll give you a good one. Attach feeling to the need, and others will respond compassionately. Don't judge, but speak how you feel. A lot of people are beating around the bush. A lot of people hold that in, and it builds into resentment until they finally break. It speaks about letting that go right as you feel it. Instead of doing something, saying something, but your heart's saying something else, go with your heart. Follow your heart, So it's a really good book. And then the third thing I want to talk about is Give Love. Both of these speak of that, because you don't know who's going through what, and it makes an attempt to understand what the person is requesting, their need, how they feel, why it makes them feel that way. Be careful though, because some girl got mad at me, and I asked her, I was like, hey, what do you need? How does that make you feel? How do you want me to respond? And then she said I was trying to manipulate her. So be careful. I don't know if it was me or if it was her. Anyways, yes, but be careful. It's a good book. Next is Give Love. This speaks about, again, how love can change you on a biological level, and how essential love is. And one of my favorite quotes from this book is, given love, the unloving can become loved. So with these 2 books, I think one thing I've really learned, or one thing it's encouraged me to do, is to give so much love that I create an environment filled with love, so that the unloved can become loving. Instead of trying to resent or judge, I'm going to just be myself, because I understand that these people are simply reacting the way that their parents would have reacted. they're reacting the way that it was almost destined that they react that way, you know? And I understand that some people are emotionally stunted, some people didn't get the love that they needed, and they're like fundamentally changed, you know? So yeah, these are really good books. I highly suggest you get these. These alone, I'm almost certain it can, fix a lot of your trauma. Besides giving like all these hundreds of books, these books are all you need. These books are all you need. They're great books. So yeah, make sure to subscribe, comment, turn on post notifications, and yeah, if you'd be so kind to like though, I've been away for just a bit, and yeah, I'm ready to get back into it. So thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.